This is Joey as the Critical Missourian, where I talk about everyday life about Missouri and beyond. Okay, couple of things I want to point out. If y'all haven't known, the law was passed stripping the language that has anything to do with paid sick days. So, granted, that I know because I mean, I was just sick just last week, almost for a whole week, from a unknown virus that was going around Springfield. No one knows anything about. It affects. It kind of gives you flu-like symptoms, but that is, it isn't the flu, as far as I know. Anyhow, unfortunately, without this bill, Missourians are going to have to figure out something different because there's now the voter approved bill that we had voted for and approved that would have given us paid sick days. Well, the law that was about to come into effect, and then our state legislator decided to come back in after we voted mostly Republican. They come back in and say, "Oh, wait a minute there. We're afraid that's going to harm small businesses and all that. So we're going to pass we're going to pass another bill to strip that out of that, strip that language out of that law." So it was already passed by the General Assembly, went to the governor's desk, and was signed. So officially, as of now, that is officially dead on water. So before it even took effect, I would have rather the bill be killed, that exceptions are made for those who are like under a certain number of employers, like small business under 5. But still, it goes to show Republicans in this state have become more tied to big business than to the needs of the populace, even though we made the decision to pass the original law that provided us sick days. So that's just, it is what it's going to be. Okay, on this segment, I just want to point that we have a new bill that was passed that would expand the state fire marshal's authority over fireworks stands. Okay, before maybe our bill, because it was outdated, language was too lax, but it's now gives the fire marshal more authority to revoke or suspend permits holders, and basically it says if a permit holder denies an inspection, or if anything that deals with drugs and alcohol are done on site, now there is more restrictions, or more likelihood that they could have their permit revoked or suspended for that. Now there is a permit. Now there's the bill amends that requires all municipalities, fairs, amusement parks now require to have a permit in order to do firework displays at least 10 days in advance. And any new construction that is planning to be used for fireworks sales or anything associated must show the construction plans to the state fire marshal. And it kind of also, this bill updates the definitions of what fireworks standards are, and any fees collected to be sent over for fire education and cigarette fire safety standards, and Fire Protection Fund Act, Fire Protection Act Fund. Okay, but this is kind of like, basically the language of the whole bill is basically our laws are just providing more stricter standards for fireworks stands and those who plan to set up new buildings that are intended to sell fireworks. There's going to be a little more stricter standards, a little more stricter rules, fees and monies will be applied for better education for firefighters, apparently, and fire safety. So that's the overview of all that. But anyhow, I hope this gives you a little more update to the latest going on in the State General Assembly, and I hope to see you on the next video.